Welcome to everyone. This is Ambedkar Times and I am Nikhil Sablania from New Delhi. Today is 19th January 2025. I have a very special guest with me, Mr. Amrit Lal Rawalji. To me, to my knowledge, he is the first publisher of Dalit literature along with literature on Congress, literature on RSS, literature on Bhagat Singh ji, literature on Indian freedom struggle. He had been a professor, and I met him around I think more than 12 or 13 years back. Since that time, I'm selling his books. I'm meeting him. He's one of the passionate person I have met. He has he has lived. He has spent his youthful time in a Dalit colony, and he has seen from the very close the movement of BSP, the movement of Kashigamji. So welcome, sir. Welcome to our channel.
Thank you.
Thank you very much
Thank you.
for giving this time to us to enlighten the people. And I know that your health is not well, but still you have taken out this precious time for us. So, could you please start with a brief introduction of yourself, along with what motivated you to publish Dalit literature, the books of Dr.
Okay.
Ambedkar ji?
Okay.
Please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sablania. I am thankful to you for allowing me to speak on your channel. In fact, I was a neighbor of Manevar Kashiramji on Hardean Singh Road. I lived there for 42 years. So I have seen him taking out rallies, cycle rallies during DS4 days. DS4 means Dalit Shoshit Sangharsh Samiti days, and he was a great man. As I knew him through his sources, also through people close to him. Once he was feeling cold in this season, so at that time in Karol Bagh, people used to sell old clothes. So he went to a seller of old clothes and asked him to sell him a coat for 5 rupees. So the coat seller said that you can get a coat for 5 rupees only from a graveyard. So he went to the Christian cemetery at Paharganj. He went on foot from Karolbagh because he wanted to save that money, and he did not want to spend it on transport, on bus fare. So therefore, he was a man, hand to mouth man, but he raised a huge, movement for the emancipation of Dalits. So far as I am concerned, I have lived in Ragarpura, Karol Bagh, and I studied in a school, a government school on Tanga stand. It was in 1955 that I joined that school, and then uh, um, I have been in close touch with the people from the deprived communities. I always felt very bad whenever I saw somebody being, uh, you know, maltreated by others. So I never believed in high and low. I never supported the idea of high and low. I've lived a very disciplined life because it's only with discipline that one can move forward. Indiscipline does not lead to anything. Indiscipline does not, give us a chance to rise high in life. Um, Therefore, now so far as books on Dr. Ambedkar are concerned, I started publishing these books when I read a book by Mr. R. Sangita Rao, who was the president of All India SC, ST, OBC Employees Federation. So he gave me a book called Mandal Commission report. So that book, it was a thick book. He said that he had picked it up from the dustbin of Planning Commission where he worked as an officer. So I read the whole book. I also got it translated into Hindi and published an abridged edition of Hindi. So I have been, when I read this book, when I read the report of Mandal Commission, I was shaken to my roots. That what kind of atrocities are committed upon those who are our fellow beings. So therefore, that was my first reading, and then I was also associated with Voice of the Weak, which was published by the organization of Mr. R. Sangita Rao from Karol Bagh, Bapu Bhavan Karol Bagh. So I used to edit that paper and also print it. So in this way, I was much involved with this because it was to my liking. I liked, and in fact, people have always been critical of me. My colleagues tried to, they tried to push me down. They tried to give me a lot of suffering. In fact, they did give me a lot of suffering because I was associated with them, with Mr. Sangita Rao. He was a great man. I also wrote a poem in his honor because he was a great man. Yes.
Sir, you have seen a long time. Like when you were born, in which year you were born?
I was born in 1949, 5th June.
So in 54 you were going to school. In 54 you were going to school. So you have seen almost the complete time after the independence. So
Yes, yes,
my question is, and you have also seen the area of Karol Bagh, Ragapura, and adjoining areas like Bapa Nagar, Tank Road,
yes,
Uttam Nagar, all those Manakpura and all those areas where we could say that Dalits were getting good jobs and they were in the good
yes.
businesses also.
Uh,
What do you think about like why they so far even after forming the party, why they are so lazy when it comes to mission of Dr. Ambedkar ji? Why they are so lazy when it comes to taking care of their own community, and why they are into their castes only? Why they are not getting out of caste? Why they are not approaching the people? Why they are very lazy in politics? Why they are lazy in Buddhism also? They are also lazy in everywhere. They are lazy. Why do you think? What's the reason behind that?
Actually, this is the problem not only with the people living in Karol Bagh, in Manakpura, and other areas, Ragatpura, etc. This is a problem with the very highly qualified people also. There was a seminar on it was conducted by India Foundation, and in the seminar, the topic of the seminar was Samarastha. So I went to that meeting, and Professor Vivek Kumar of JNU was also there. So I told him that I told at the end of the meeting that I used to, I had a friend, and I used to go to his residence and have dinner with him sometimes, and many a time. I used to invite him to my place. He was also from the Dalit community that was in Haryana when I was teaching in a college of Punjab University. So he got angry and he said that, why are you speaking all these things? I said, I am only saying what I have experienced, that you can bring about some rasta only when you treat all others as your equals. If you believe that you are a very big person and others are small persons, then you cannot bring about equality or samrasta as it is called. So the meeting was held at the residence of Mr. Uh, of of a professor of Motilal Nehru College, who later on became a Rajya Sabha member of BJP. So he also said that this should not have been said in the meeting. That professor of Motilal Nehru College also said that it should not have been mentioned. So I said I am only saying what I did or what I have been doing on the topic of your seminar, that is Samarastha, how to bring about Samarastha. So these people are, very inimical to those who do something good. Uh, yes.
So how, but what in like, okay, but there are also people who wanted to do something. What they should do? What do you think they should do? How can they achieve not only the samrasta, not only the equality of the people, but also become equal in other senses also? What do you think? What could
Yes.
be the way?
I think that all people should, because Dr. Ambedkar said that caste is a notion. It's only a notion that you think that you are this and that. That's why, it creates all kinds of problems. So, this notion of caste should be given up. Recently I married my son, so I never bothered about the caste or never asked about the caste of the girl. So she is a very nice girl and she is an advocate also. So one should not bother about the caste of the person whom you are dealing with. This is what I think that you should go
Okay,
on the thing on
one should think
the
about it's the personal notion. One should take it away and go ahead and meet all the people. This is what you want to say.
yes,
So what
yes,
about
yes.
economic policies of India? Like we are having more privatization. Even an interview I wanted to conduct with my sister, like my not real sister, but she is my sister. She's in America.
Uh,
About the increasing poverty among the upper classes of India. 35 years back, there was a notion that a girl from India would go to America or England and settle there with a rich NRI guy. Now our girls are moving to America, Canada to do laborious work. So this poverty is increasing, and where do you see SC, ST, OBC people and other upper classes people who are also getting poorer in Indian society? What do you think that they should do and they should ask as a collective bargaining from the government?
Actually, SC, ST people are very hardworking people. So therefore, I don't think that any hardworking person can suffer anywhere or he can become poor. But so far as conditions in Canada and America are concerned, I don't know much about that. But I think that people who are hardworking, because they were allotted the hardest of work, and the hardest of work in fields or in other areas was their lot. So they are very hardworking people right from the beginning. So they are not given their due. That is the problem. I met many laborers from Bihar, and they said that there is work, but there is no money in Bihar. I mean, people who are very high caste, they don't give proper remuneration to the workers. Therefore, they have to move out. They have to move out, go to Punjab or Kashmir, and many are killed also in Kashmir, and they have to go to other parts. So they are very hardworking people, so they should not suffer. They should be given their due.
What is your stand on industrialization? Like because our movement of our independence movement of Gandhi ji and Nehru ji was and Lala Lajpat Rai ji was about our indigenous handicrafts or indigenous markets or village economy system, but that we haven't done so far. And we are what we are doing is bringing all the people into a small area, metro, which was established by the British people, and this is benefiting only the big industries. So, what is your stand on that? Like, should we continue with this, or we should think about our freedom fighters? What was their vision? Should we concentrate more on the village economy, the village arthavastha of our nation?
Actually, Mahatma Gandhi said that even a toothpick is a machine. So we cannot live with this idea now because we have to make progress. We have to move forward. The world is moving faster than us. Therefore, we have to catch up with the world, and industrialization is a must. And it's only industry which gives jobs, which brings prosperity, and the people who work there, they are mostly SC, SD, or OBC. So therefore, they are very hardworking people. I have seen them. I know them.
But
So
there is one more thing with the industry, like industry manufactures the commodities in multifolds. So when the commodities are multifold, then there is a recession. Then if you look at the history of England and America, then recessions used to come even after 3 years. Like 1 year you manufacture, the commodity become too much, and then you take 2 year gap to sell out that commodity. But between those 2 years, it's the laborers who suffer poverty and unemployment is the fact of that 2 years. So,
uh,
what do you
that is true.
say about this?
Mm, mm. Actually, during industrial revolution in England and Europe and other countries, it was only because of their I mean loss. I mean their population was not so big as to consume all they had produced. So therefore, they used to go out to other countries to sell their products, and this is what brought the British Empire into existence. But now the thing is that I mean, if people make progress in life, then their buying capacity will increase, and if their buying capacity increases, then they will spend money and they will be all right.
Or in a capital, I have seen closely that people are getting 12,000 rupees, maximum 15,000 rupees. I met a guy who is working for a company who works for a bank. That guy works for over 12 hours a day, and he is getting just 16,000 rupees from that company. So, do you think that this kind of like too much population in the town, too much population to exploit, and very less money they are giving? Can they get that buying capacity which you are talking about?
Actually, the thing is that digitization has killed millions of jobs. Earlier, we used to receive printed bills of telephone and electricity and water, and those who printed the bills, I mean, their job is gone. And then we used to go to water office to pay, and also electricity office to pay the bill. So many people used to be sitting there. But now the bills are received on mobile phone and they are paid through mobile phone. Digitization. This digitization has taken thousands of jobs. So it's because of lack of jobs that is the
So
reason
do
why
you think
people
that
are being paid less.
if we hadn't adopted computers, and now we would have been in a better position if we were doing producing the commodities with hands, with our traditional ways, we would have been in a better position. And what is your stand on artificial intelligence? Because we have seen digitalization and computerization, and before that, that
Yes.
automated system of machines have already ruined our system. Because why I'm quoting this, I read a book by Adam Smith, who is a political economist, and we are living in the world of political economy. So Adam Smith wrote that 300 years back, China and India were superpowers, and we were not only superpowers militarily, but we were also superpowers economically. Our indigenous methods or indigenous kushal karigars, the skilled laborers which we had, the handicrafts which
yes,
were producing were far better in quality than the other commodities in Europe. So what is your stand?
yes,
Like now we are moving towards artificial intelligence, which is like eradicating all the jobs which were created through the computer
yes,
technology. So should
yes,
we
yes.
move to that, or should we also look into the back that how we can make a balance among which commodities we should produce with digitally or machination, or which commodities we should move to hands or
You
move
are
to
deadly
small.
against artificial intelligence.
Yeah,
I am against artificial intelligence because it again takes away jobs. And moreover, we do not know whether the person who is speaking on the television, whether it is real or not. I have come to know that we can recognize the artificial intelligence image only if the eyeballs are not moving. So this is the only way in which we can recognize whether it's an artificially intelligence made person on the TV screen or not. Now it is again taking away jobs, and it's making human beings as robots, and this is quite unnatural that a person should, you know, just appear on the TV screen and say that he or she is this and that. Now, so far as the jobs, so far as the comparison between Indian products and foreign products is concerned, no doubt India used to produce the finest of cloth, muslin in Bengal, and other things were also very nice. And Europe was still in doldrums when India was already a great civilization. But it's only because of the unfortunate incidents which happened during the British days and before that that India became poor. And it was said that India is a rich country inhabited by the poor. The reason is that we have all the resources, but the people are poor because of various reasons, and they are they are uh, quite well now. They're coming up now, and I hope that in the next 50 years we shall be a better and a stronger nation.
but there was one factor, like most of the when we talk about scheduled castes and shudras, that is OBCs, they were slaves and laborers. I mean, so when East India Company came, they provided them job, education, and all those things. So that
Yes.
now then, but we all became slaves of them. Like, so, what do you think that if today, like because employment is there's a problem of employment, problem of poverty, those things. I mean, we are not slaves technically, but if we look at it in a round way, we all, I mean, not only one particular caste or one particular, everyone in India who is not getting up to that threshold or not getting it, jump into that line where he could become earning like 1 lakh rupee or 2 lakh rupee per month is a poor person. So
Yes.
what should we people do? I mean, what should we people do? Because political parties are so big, we can't even talk to them. Their leaders have become like demigods. You can't approach them.
Yeah.
So what people should do?
I think people have to be on their guard, and they should be aware of all the bad people, bad quality people who are in the politics. Many people who have not done anything in life, they go to the Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. So what can we expect of such people who don't have any ideals? It's only an ideal which makes one a better human being. When I passed out my higher secondary, I asked my classmate, okay, what should we do now? So he said that you join English honors because study of English honors makes one a better human being. So I joined English honors, then MA English, and Then after MA, I was told that teaching is a noble profession. So I joined that noble profession. So I've retired now, 10 years back. In 2014, I retired. So it is the motto, the goal which one should follow, and only this can make one a better human being.
Coming to your interactions with Kashi Ramji, do you have any more thing, any incident, particularly the incident which you have just said about
Yes,
quote, finding the quote in the last
actually,
month of Delhi? And do you have no any such incident? A small incident. We have like 5 minutes more for this meeting.
yes, actually, when I was in touch with Mr. S.K. Biswas, he was a writer. So he used to take me to the residence of Mr. Kashiram at Humayun Road. And once I went to his residence at Humayun Road, and he talked about a media center which he had set up in Noida. So then he also said mm, uh, that the committed readership of that newspaper, Dalit Sangatak, it was more than 3 lakh committed committed readership of that newspaper was 3 lakhs per day, every day. So it was a big achievement. So I don't know why it has stopped. So then when he passed away, then also I went to Humayun Road. I sat there. So there was a person who was the editor of Chauthi Dunia. He was saying, "Yahan mat baitho, don't sit here, don't sit here. Go to Akbar Road, 12 Rakabganj Road. Go to 12 Rakabganj Road." I said, "No, I will sit here because I was his neighbor. I was fortunate to be his neighbor, and therefore I must sit there. What is wrong in sitting? I want to pay my homage to him. How can I go there and sit?" And Mr. S.K. Biswas was also there. He was also not allowed to sit there. So therefore,
Sir,
this was a great.
SK Biswas, Swapan Kumar Biswas, for many readers who
Uh,
don't know about Mr. Swapan Kumar Biswas, he was an IAS and he was the person who was there during VP Singh's rule and during his prime ministership. And he was the
yes,
person behind putting the statue of Dr. Ambedkar ji and the portrait of Dr. Ambedkar ji in Sansad Bhavan.
in
So he
the
wasn't
yes, Lok
allowed
Sabha.
at the office after Kashi Ramji's demise. Very sad to hear
Uh,
this. And you also, who are so much dedicated. I mean, I think there is a one more person who also said similar thing. His name is Mr. Shiv Shankar Yadav, something like this. He puts in his surname he puts Shudra. So he also said same thing that when he went after Kashi Ramji, he was maltreated over there in the BSP office. Yeah, that's a very
actually, I used to go to BSP office, 12 Rakabganj Road, when Mr. Kashiramji was there. But after that, people started disregarding anyone who went there, and even the door was closed. So, closed door of a political party office is a is quite ominous. It should be open all the time. So therefore, the question of maltreatment maybe, but I was not maltreated. I was only asked by the person, that editor of Chauthi Dunia, "Okay, यहाँ मत बैठो, don't sit here." So I said, "No, I will sit here. I want to pay my respects to Mr. Kashiram." So uh, I
one last
I
question.
sat there.
One last question I want to ask you today. Everyone has become so cynical, and they think that if someone is selling the literature of Baba Sahib or anti-caste movement or Buddhism, they think that they are making money. But I know personally how much I have lost my time, my money, and I know about you that you have put so much money in that. So, what's
Yes,
your message to
yes,
those people who think who are cynical that we are doing business? It's not
yes.
business, we are doing a lot of sacrifices. So, what's your stand?
Yes, actually, I have spent my youth and also my provident fund on publishing these books. I received an offer from the Arab League office in Chanakyapuri. They made a phone call to me and said that we want to visit your office, we want to cooperate with you. I said no, I don't need your cooperation. If I
It is
had,
a Arab League office.
taken,
Arab League.
yes,
So
Arab League office in Chanakyapuri.
they are like who are people behind it? Muslim people,
I don't know what
Arab League.
Arab League. I mean, people who are. Uh,
From
I
various.
mean, they would have thrown money on me and asked them to publish whatever they wanted me to publish.
Okay, but they were
So
like from different Gulf countries or like Indian Muslims people.
no, the title written on the building at the entrance is Arab League
Arab.
at Chanakyapuri. League, yes.
So the people who were contacting
So
you, they were Muslims or Hindus? Like
I think they were Muslims. They were
it was
speaking
okay.
in Arabic concept.
Organization. They were right to put money in your publication.
Yes, in my in
This is a
this
message which
effort.
everyone, SC, ST, OBC people, and all Hindu people also, other Hindu people, they must
Uh,
understand that how important you are not considering these books, you are not considering this movement important, but the people of other country and other religion are considering it so
yes,
important. And you think that we are doing
yes, yes, yes,
this very,
yes.
very ironical. I would
Unfortunate. Uh,
unfortunate. Yeah.
I mean, people think that I am doing business, but I am not doing business. It is only a missionary work because I am trying to fulfill the first commandment of Dr. Ambedkar, educate. So one cannot educate without books.
Yeah.
And moreover, books build civilizations. That is why I have published, and I am still trying to publish more books.
Thank you, sir. The last sentence you have said that books build civilizations. And many of
Yes, yes.
the people who don't know, if you look at the
Mm.
Tibetan people, they have stored their books. They used to make a frame with their hands, and through
Yes,
that frame, you used, and that was like asymmetrical, like opposite mirror image. They used to make their hands, and
yes.
then they used to then
Uh,
make the books, and they have stored those books for over 1,000 or 1,200 years. Then
yes,
the
yes.
Gutenberg came, the first press came, and British people and the
Mm.
Christian people, the missionary people, they spread their views. But so it is a missionary work. It's a zealous work. It's a work of God. It's a work of humanity. It's not
Yes,
about money that people must understand. So thank you,
yes.
Mr.
It is a
Amrit.
work of humanity. You have rightly said that it's a work of humanity.
Thank you, sir.
It gives a meaning to our life.
Thank you, Mr. Amrit
Okay.
Rawal, if I'm right. Mr. A.L. Rawal. And if you, all of the people, if you want the books which are published by Blue Moon Publication and other books of Dr. Ambedkar, you can go to our website nspmart.com, nspmart.com, and or you can call me on 852-7533-051, 88511-88170. Thank you very much, sir. I hope
Thank you.
and the message which you have given, I mean, this is was very exclusive information you have given. I will come back to you again to know more about BSP, to know more about Kashiramji, to know more about the
Okay.
Indian political structure. Thank you very
Okay.
much, sir.
Thank you.